Hey guys, welcome and welcome back. Today we are making the famous Bo Berry Biscuits. I personally used to work at Bojangles, so I am telling you this from experience. We're going to start with putting 2 cups of flour in a bowl. Make sure that it is self-rise flour. I had to learn this the hard way. It will not rise, okay? So I have all the measurements, of course, below. These are sweet biscuits, so we are adding in some sugar just to sweeten that up a little bit. And then I'm putting in some frozen butter. Make sure your butter is very, very cold. This is the key to good biscuits. You can shred it or you can cube it really tiny. I find my best results with shredding it, but I've done it both ways, so no biggie. Now, if you have a bench scraper, that will be best, but I couldn't find mine, so I'm using this. But you can also just use a spoon, and you're just combining that flour, sugar, and butter really well, kind of chopping down the butter even more. We're not going to do this very long because these are biscuits, so we are working very, very fast, and we don't want that butter to melt, so just for about 2 to 4 minutes. Now we're going to go ahead and add in our buttermilk. I'm pouring a little bit of vanilla in that buttermilk since, again, these are sweet biscuits. That was a tablespoon. Go ahead and pour that in and give it a good mix. We are going to knead it on to a surface. So just mix this in first so that you don't have buttermilk all over your counter. Once your flour and butter is combined well enough, go ahead and pour that onto a floured surface. Make sure the surface is floured because you don't want your biscuits to stick all over the surface. And I'm also going to put a little bit of flour onto my hands and give it a good mix so that while we're kneading this, it is not making a huge, ginormous mess. When you're kneading this dough, make sure that you are pushing it forwards and bringing it back in. Again, this is frozen butter and butter melts quickly, so you want to make this very fast and you don't want to waste time just pressing down on dough for no reason. So this is how to properly knead dough. You're going to push outwards and bring inwards. After we're done kneading, we're going to pick the dough back up, put some more flour onto our surface, and get ready to roll that out. If you don't have a roller, you can use your hand, but be very, very careful because you don't want the heat from your hand to melt the butter because, again, key is cold. Next, we're going to add in those frozen blueberries. Make sure they are very, very frozen, like they are sitting in the freezer up until this very point. I'm mixing in some flour just to make this process a little bit easier. When you pour that on there, the blueberries are going to run for their lives and escape all over the place. That's okay. We use 1 cup of blueberries, so there's enough for them to run away. Just press it down into the surface and let them stick in there so that when we flip them over, they are not running once again. Go ahead and flip over the dough like this and flip it over again. We're not going to do too much kneading at this point because the blueberries are going to start to melt in a way and kind of get a little messy. Okay guys, this will be the last time we flour the surface, I promise. So go ahead and flour that surface for the last time. Place the dough back onto the flour. Make sure you have some flour on your hands because it's about to get a little messy with these blueberries. Go ahead and press it out a little bit. Don't get too aggressive, okay? We already kneaded the dough. We're just making sure that it looks all pretty for when we cut them out. Go ahead and roll out that dough just one more time. Don't press too hard against it so that the blueberries don't start to leak all over the biscuits. Using a cookie cutter, size of your choice, go ahead and make those little circles for the biscuits. And you want to make the circles close as the last one as possible so that once we have to reform this dough, that it won't be so messy. After there is no more room to form any more biscuits, go ahead and push them in towards each other, the leftover dough. You can just press it on, just give it a little knead, not too much, and you can go right back in and make a few more circles. Okay, this last one's gonna be a little ugly, but just try to get it in the shape of a circle, and I just like to put mine back inside of the cookie cutter just to get a circle shape as possible. It still might come out a little messy, but you know, we tried. In a well-buttered pan, go ahead and add in those biscuits. And these biscuits are going to be brothers and sisters, so make sure they are very, very, very close to each other. There's no need to separate them. They're not cookies. They're not going to spread all out. It's actually better for them to be cuddled up like this. After this process, if your biscuits are not cold enough, you can go ahead and pop them in the freezer for about 5 to 10 minutes to get that butter back frozen. After that, you can go ahead and add on half and half or heavy whipping cream to the biscuits. Just brush it on. And this is going to give us that brown color that we like to see on our biscuits. After that, you can go ahead and put them in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes at 355. You can also place it on broil for about 3 minutes just to give it a nice browning if you're not satisfied. Take that out and put some nice melted butter on there. This is going to make all the difference. Make sure it is salted, and it is going to make a huge difference for your biscuits. Let me show you what we used to do at Bojangles. I just had to show you guys. So we used to cut open the Bojangles biscuits and make a breakfast sandwich. So I put on my egg, some bacon. I'm using turkey bacon because I don't eat pork, and some grilled onions. And let me tell you, this is the best thing possible. I don't put icing on it when I do it this way because that just sounds like a little too much. But this is the best sandwich you're ever going to have. It's kind of similar to putting grape jelly in your breakfast sandwich. If you are Southern, then you know what I'm talking about. If not, we can go ahead and start making Bojangles biscuits the regular way. Go ahead and put some melted butter, some vanilla, heavy whipping cream, and powdered sugar, and give it a good mix. Once again, the measurements are listed. And this right here, you can kind of mess around with. It doesn't have to be exact. You can just base it off, you know, how you want it to look, how you want it to taste. So I wouldn't put too much on the exact measurements. Just mess around with it and see how you like it. Once that's well combined, go ahead and take those biscuits out and pour on that icing. And guys, this is how you make Bojangles Bo Berry Biscuits at home. I like to call them home berries. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share. Let me know how you like your Bojangles biscuits, if you want it on a breakfast sandwich or if you just want it the regular way. And be sure to follow for more.